Hello, everyone. Welcome to Black Link Magazine. I'm your girl, Marva B, and I'm so excited to be here with Miss Joella. You guys got to hear her voice. So excited to finally be here and interview Joella, who is going to be part of the entertainment magazine that we are dropping at the end of the month. So, Joella, welcome to Black Link Magazine.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Joella, go ahead and tell the world who you are and what you do.
Hi, yeah. So I'm Joella. I'm an R&B and pop artist and songwriter. I started in the music space when I was 3. My mom put a violin in my hands, and it's been music ever since. So I did violin at 3, piano at 7. And then I started dancing, tap, jazz, ballet, all that stuff, and acting. So I've always been an entertainment kind of kid, I guess. Um, yeah. And so I'm from Jersey. I live in LA now. Just for more opportunities. I've had my music licensed on a couple TV shows. I've opened up for a lot of major artists on some really big stages. And yeah, I think that
Awesome. Well, we're surely excited to have you, and we're just always excited to see our Black women, level up, and that's exactly what you're doing. So thank you for being here.
Thank
So
you.
I always want to talk about growing up, in your past. You kind of answered the question, what was it when was it that you knew that it was music for you? And at 3 years old, a violin. I played violin, but I didn't do that till seventh grade. Okay.
I think I started remember around 5 or 6. Because I would play. So like in my family, it's kind of like a requirement that everybody has to play an instrument. So that's partially where it came from. My mom was very adamant about that, but my great grandfather and my grandfather were really like, I think they just had this love for the violin. I believe my great grandfather actually played. I think that's why. And so like I think that was my mom's like gift to him, like to have me play, because I would just go like while he was alive. Because I remember I was really young. He died when I was young, so that's the only reason I remember these memories
Yeah.
from that far. I remember going to his house with my mom and my grandfather, and they would just be so excited to like watch me play for him, and he would just be excited to watch me play. So yeah, those memories. It was just nice to see, how happy it made him.
Yeah.
His great granddaughter continuing something that was so important to him, to the point where like my violin that I have now, my grandparents actually bought that for me. Usually when you start, you would know, like an instrument like a violin.
Mhm.
Usually, especially people like us, you usually have to like rent it or lease
Yep.
it or something like that because you can't really afford to buy it straight out. So I think once my grandparents realized how serious I took it, or how serious at least my mom was making me take it, they eventually bought me my own violin. So
Yeah, that's how we connect. I can remember my violin case had the gray tape on it. Because we couldn't go buy a violin, right? It had this gray tape on the case I carried it in, and it was
let you know this was not yours.
yeah, it is not mine. And then when my parents knew that I was going to continue, like kind of like your story, then they somehow, some way made it happen. And I can
Right.
remember this beautiful case. It was brown, and when you opened it, it was so pretty. And I was like, it's mine. So
Right.
yeah. So let's talk about the music business. Let's talk about the entertainment business. And the reason that I do that, and I tell all my interviewees, is that, I want to educate people that are coming in the business and what they can expect, because a lot of, especially the younger generation, just think, especially, I can go on and I can stream up and I can get all these numbers and that's it. But it's so much more to just getting these numbers and getting on the stage and performing. What is your take on what would you advise someone that's wanting to get into the business, the music industry? To be specific.
Yeah. You have to really love this. Like, I've been doing this for a while. Like, you have to love this because there are so many times where you're going to feel defeated, where you're going to feel like, I can't do this, where you're going to hear no's. You're just going to hear no after no after no after no. And, people say it a lot, and I kind of cringe when people say it, but it's kind of true. Like, you do have to be built for something like this. And I just hope people don't take that in a negative way, because who wants to be built for like a bunch of crazy shit coming at you? Like, I don't even think you should have to be built for that, but it does take a very certain skin, I guess, to be in this, because especially as a woman, because it's like, not only do you have to deal with the no's, but you have to deal with people bringing you into their spaces because they just want to have sex with you, right? And so now you're not only battling the real no's, you're battling people who are just playing with you because they think they can take advantage of you. And so that's why I say you have to really love it, because you're going to have to get to a space where after you go through all this stuff, because it's going to keep happening. That's the other thing. It's going to keep happening. You're going to have things that keep coming up. You're going to have to figure out how to push through it, or build yourself a bunch of people around you who can help you through it. And that's been the thing that's been guiding me. Like my friend, like I call her my little sister, Janae. And she's one of the people that when I'm down, because she's always like, I can't believe like you're not famous yet. Like, you know, she's one of those people that like her positive energy and thoughts are just always in the back of my head when I'm just feeling like, damn, am I just not talented enough? Or, you know, like those feelings are always going to come. And like, I mean, you've heard me sing, a lot of people have heard me sing live, and I've always gotten compliments, but you're still going to have those times where you're like, dang, I'm just not talented. You know, like you're going to have those times. So you'll really keep people around you like Janae, who just, even when they're not present, even when they're not speaking to you or DMing you, that their voice just comes into your head at your lowest moments and remind you like, no, I am that bitch. You know, like you need that because it's hard.
That's good, Joella. I was talking to Amadeus, you know, I interviewed him.
Right, I saw.
And even he, you know, even he, and he's pretty big in the business, right? But even he's like had the day before had a, you know, a bad day thinking, dang, is my music not worth it anymore? Am I not hot anymore? And going through those bad days, knowing that he is the ish, right? Knowing that he got it going on. Yeah, that's King Amadeus, right? And just like you, Joella, I have heard you sing off the cuff, just like give us something and you sing, and it's like, oh my God. Like, and then so I understand what your friend is saying. You ain't made it yet, but it's so hard to make it in the business. And it's because it's just so many people and so much talent that you're up against. I've heard you come on and talk about, you know, the people that cross lines with you in this business. Do you want to share or rather not?
I just won't say names, but
okay, that's good. Let's talk about, because what I hear is the business is so grimy, and I always thought I want to be a part of the industry somehow, maybe not in the forefront. I can hold a tune, but I ain't trying to go perform in front of people, right? But somehow in the business. Right. But everybody I talk to say it's so grimy and messy. You got to be careful. You got to have thick skin. Let's talk about what your experiences have been.
Yeah. You know, and that, unfortunately, these are the experiences that really led to my depression and, you know, suicide attempts and things like that. Because first of all, so I'm out here in LA, and I'm by myself for the most part. My family is on a whole nother coast, right? So I don't even have like the physical support that you would need in a lot of these spaces. But a lot of times these men just try you. And I think what's even more hurtful and frustrating about it is that other women help to perpetuate that. Like other women will be like, well, you know, how did you go dressed there? And it's just like, even if I showed up naked, you can't touch me. Like, what are you not understanding? And so, you know, for me, the studio is a place of comfort. So I'm always comfortable when I go. So I'm always hoodied out. Like I'm pretty much fully clothed because it's always freezing, you know, but that's not even something I feel like I should even have to discuss. You know what I mean? Like, even if I came in there in a bra, like I still feel like I should be treated with respect. And so there's been times where I've gone to actual meetings, like meetings where other executives were there. Like I was playing the piano, and I'm thinking he's going to move me over so he can play. No, he's moving me to sit on his lap. And so I like jumped up and was like, what the hell? And then he got attitude with me. And I was like, and so it makes you, like, that's what I'm saying, like you really have to have people you can talk to and that's in your corner, because it will eventually get to a point where you feel crazy, like, okay, was it me who did something? Like, shit, like, and like I said, there was somebody else in the meeting too. So it's not even like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, what? Like, this is a meeting. Like, what are we doing here? So, there's a lot of instances of that happening. At one time out, we were in the studio and like, he was like, hey, give me a hug. Like I had just walked in and he was on the phone. He was like, give me a hug. So, I gave him a hug or whatever. And then he like kissed me. And I'm like, and again, somebody was standing right there. And I'm just like, why? Like, why? Like, and the even more frustrating is that because I'm that type of person, like I won't even, like a lot of people tell me like, oh, Joella, you need to play the game a little bit more and you'll get further. And I do think that if I did play it, I would be way further. But a lot of women, and again, this is no shade. Like I feel like as a woman, do what the fuck you got to do, because this is your dream. I don't care how you get it done. Like, because people don't understand how hard it is. Like, you know what I mean? Get in and then try to change it for everybody else if that's what you feel is your route. So this is no shade to anybody else. But for me, I know it wouldn't sit right in my soul if I'm doing things that I don't feel comfortable doing to get where I'm trying to go. And it's hard. It's so hard because all I want to do is sing. Like all I want to do is sing and write and create amazing music, and I just want to get on the stage and perform. And it's just all these obstacles. Because the other thing too is let's say I wanted to, let's say I was okay and I consented to any of this behavior. These men are very possessive as well, and if they get any inkling that someone else likes you or somebody else is trying to have a relationship with, it's like, oh, well, never mind then. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why I try to keep it strictly business, because they don't know, the emotional intelligence is just not there with a lot of them. And what I say all the time, there's no real HR of the music industry. Right. There is no one that I can just, right. There is nobody holding these people, and not just men. Like I said, it's not just men, it's women who help perpetuate this stuff too. There's nobody holding them accountable. I was in a meeting one time, and a lot of times these things do happen at hotels, because one of these meetings happened, it was during Grammy weekend, so they are in hotels in the area, so sometimes you do have those meetings. And he wanted me to get in bed with him, and again, this is a very famous producer, so if he sees this, he'll know who I'm talking about. But it's just like, I just want to make music.
I'm sorry, because I know the talent that you have, and you're beautiful. You have the look. And I think it's sad to say, but that's against you, because that's why, like, cross lines, this beautiful Black woman, and she can sing, she's talented. Let me see how bad she wants it. Right. And that's not, and I commend you, you don't have to do nothing. You know what? I don't know if you believe in God or whatever, but he gave you that talent and it will carry you. You're going to get there. And
I believe that. I genuinely believe it.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to compromise yourself and your body to nobody. It's not worth it. What do they do? You fall for it, and then they treat you like crap from now on, and then you got to bow down and submit to them. No.
Exactly. And that's the other reason why for me it's not worth it, because you can do all that. You can play their game and sleep with them or whatever, but the minute they're done with you, that's it. You don't got no records no more. They don't have time for you. They done moved on to somebody else. So now you done did all of that thinking it's going to help you. And now you're back to where you were. So that's what I'm saying. It's
and
it's not worth it.
That's the sad thing about it, because it's not just one or couple people in the industry doing it. It's right. It's across the board what I hear, right? It's across the board.
It's epidemic. So, it's literally widespread.
Like it's a normal thing to do. And if people are really hungry, you have a few falling for it, and it's unfortunate.
And so they expect
their fault
that way.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for sharing that. I just really I'm glad I finally have a woman on that's in the industry that can really speak on that. And the men, they actually talked about how grimy it is, and be careful and to keep good people around you, your support system. And so I'm glad that you do have, is it Janae?
Yeah.
That you have her. If I was there, I'd be your support system. I got you though, sister. I'm here. I got you. Tell me some of the things that you've done in the industry since from moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, because you're right, it's a lot of opportunity in LA, more so than maybe where you come from. So what have you actually been able to, like some of the gigs you've been able to get?
Yeah, that's been the most fun part for me because everyone who like really knows me knows like, and that's actually how like any label meeting I ever had came about, was through my performances, because that's just, I mean, like I said, I've literally been on the stage since I was like 3. So for me, that's home. Like that's my comfort zone. And when you really are a true artist, like when you really write from your own experiences and from your heart and from just the truth, people resonate with that. And that's why I like to perform, because people really feel me. Like people will have never heard my music because I'm usually opening for like major artists, and will be vibing with me by the end. They'll be singing the hook and everything, and I have footage of it and everything. And I'm just always like, that's why I love to be on the stage, because really people connecting with me and saying, sis, I hear you, sis, I'm going through that too. You know, like I get even emails to this day about records out. It's funny, I and I'll go back to the question, but I just got an email about a week ago from somebody in the UK asking for like my very first single. So the fact that I have like these fans that even know like the very first song that I ever dropped, and they're like trying to find it and ask for it is so hilarious to me. But it just speaks to why, and that those are the things that help me keep going, knowing that people really just resonate with my music. But yeah, so out here in LA, I've been able to open up for a lot of major artists, and even more so, what's more fun for me is the stages. So I did Hollywood. They have House of Blues.
House of Blues. I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah. They closed the one out here. I'm hoping they do another one.
No more House.
The one in LA, they closed.
Aw.
Yeah.
I liked House of Blues.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm hoping they open up another one, but I got to do that, which was awesome and very intimate.
Yeah.
I did El Rey Theater. I opened up for Eric Bellinger, and it was funny at BET Weekend. I saw him, and we spoke. Who else? What else did I do? I did the Roxy, which is Sunset. That's when I opened for 7th Streeter. That was a really fun show. People were really rocking with us. And it was funny because it almost felt like everybody was there for me. I won't continue because I don't want to sound shady, but it was really, really, it was fun. Like people was really into it, and was really singing with us and everything. So it was fun.
Awesome. So Joella, how do you go about getting those? Do you have a manager? What do you have that connects you with these different gigs?
Just grinding. I just recently got a manager, like 5 days ago. Like literally, like I'm not even joking.
Oh, literally, just got one.
Yeah, literally, we met. So I said we met during BT weekend. And he was like, it was crazy because it was like it felt like he was looking for me and I was looking for him. Because he was also looking for writers and stuff for an artist that he just that is recently just signed to Diddy's new label, Stacey Barth. So I'll be helping with writing with that. But
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so it was just cool. So me and him, we've been in the studio just writing and creating, and it's been crazy. But yeah, before that, it's been just mainly me.
Really?
Like I've had managers. Like when I first got in the industry, my manager was actually Gloria Gaynor's manager.
Ooh.
But yeah, for the most part, I've kind of been self-managing. So I just look for opportunities. Like I'm just constantly networking, constantly on Instagram, looking for opportunities. And that's one thing I tell artists, like, don't be afraid to like enter these contests. Like everybody has to start somewhere, you know, like I even just applied for the Rolling Loud one. There's one that Hot 97 is doing. I've done that before. I went far in that contest as well. Like just whatever I can find for whatever exposure, and then it goes from there. So then, for example, like I had to perform for the Urban League in Arizona. So people will then find out about other things and then ask me to perform. But yeah, I'm constantly looking. I'm constantly asking people. Because for the way I see it is, if I'm not doing it, who else is going to do it?
That's right. That's even in the corporate world, right? Your career is really your responsibility. I mean, you do need these people around you to kind of help you along the way, but ultimately we're responsible for our own careers, and we're the one that's more compassionate about our careers. And so kudos to you. Listen, you got some pretty huge gigs and you ain't have to compromise nothing, right? So that's just a testimony to other women, other girls, other ladies that you don't, that it may take a little bit longer, but just hold on, just hold on. What do you have going on today? Oh, I wanted to tell you, I wanted to say this. I think that you are also on the right track by being in those clubhouses, right? Especially with Rothstein and Bots. I'm telling you, Black Link Magazine has leveled up
No,
since
I
I've been in.
when I saw Amadeus interview, I said, okay, girl.
I'm like, what? I love Auntie Jackie, love Boss. I love you, Joella. Yes, I love everybody in there because it's so genuine. Like you can go to rooms on there, but you're not gonna get. Now, it's just my opinion. I'm not trying to offend.
I agree. That's
but
why I
you're
don't.
Not gonna get the genuineness that you get and the honesty that you get in that room.
And the help, the real help.
The real help. Like, there's no way I would have had Amadeus on my show had I not been in that room with them. And it's just a fact, right? So I think that what I would say, what would you say if you agree with me that if you are, and they don't want to hear aspiring artists, but if you're trying to be in the business, that clubhouse room, that room is where people need to be.
That room is where, if you're even just getting started, you want to be in that room. Like I wish I had those people around me when I first got started, because you're going to get the real, but with real love attached to it. Where in a lot of other rooms, it's very much, I get it. I think you do need a little bit of some cutthroat stuff going on so that you understand that that's what it's going to be when you leave that room.
Educate yourself, yeah.
Right. But I appreciate that when you do get that cutthroat, you can come back to our room and just get the love that you need so that you're ready for that, right? So that you have all the tools you need so that when they do come at you crazy, your EPK is ready, your links are up and ready, your newest photo shoot is ready, all that stuff is ready, and they can't talk crazy to you like you just knew and you don't know what you're doing. And so I just like that we really try to equip people, because that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I really genuinely go in there to help, because I do feel that your blessings are in how you can help other people. And that's how I feel I've gotten blessed, is by doing that. And just the main thing for me is I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy it. Like one time, that I don't remember if you remember that girl, I think she was from either the Virgin Islands or somewhere, and she didn't really understand the contract, and I read it for her and everything, and I broke it down for her. I went through it because my mom's an attorney, so I've always understood that. That's right. How to read contracts. So, even when my mom, like when I have any contracts or anything, like she don't just read it and then say, okay, sign. Like I got to read it and understand it, and then come to her with my questions before she says, okay, I agree with this or I don't agree with that. So I just enjoy helping other artists the way, because that's the other thing too, is like, as many complaints as I have for the industry, so many people have helped me. And that to me is like, you have to pay that forward.
Yes.
You have to, because and the people I see succeeding in the industry, like who are in their 50s and 60s and 70s, it's because they do that. They come back and help, and they're learning, and they're wanting to keep learning. They don't just stop because they've been in the game. They want to keep learning, and they want to keep helping. So
they do.
You got it. That room is everything.
That room is everything, and it's honest. Like I'm telling you, I can't say enough about it. Whenever in the mornings, even if I can't speak, I'm listening. I'm listening to see what's next for Black Link, because there's always something every day in there for Black Link magazine. It's always, I'm talking film. If you want to be in the film industry, it doesn't matter.
It's
fashion, model, acting, sing, it don't matter. And they're so kind to people. You're not disrespect. And if you disrespect, you gotta go.
You gotta go. No, and that's the thing too, is like what something you just said just hit me. So I was in a really bad spot when my single rolled out, because a lot of, my grandmother died, my godson went to jail, like everything was happening in a period of about a week, maybe less than that. Mm-hmm. So it was just one thing after the other. And I was just like, I can't go in that room because I don't have the energy. And then one day I did eventually go back into the room, and I just remember why I go. The love, like the support, the just and just do it. Cause I'm on the West Coast. So that's how I start my day. Being able to start your day with so much positivity and love and fun. We have fun in there too.
Yeah.
Being able to start my day like that really sets the tone. And that's important. People underestimate how you set the tone for your day or for your activity or whatever you have going on. And I feel like the way networking no egos room sets the tone for your day, you have to have a productive day because it makes you feel so good. You feel like I could get so much done today.
Yeah, I mean, it's so upbeat, and you're right. It matters how you start your day. You start your day jacked up, you're gonna have a jacked up day until you come to that room. Whenever, but on the serious tip, I believe that, and even the Bible says you got to go help you. It's not about me, it's about me. Who can I help today? Who is it that I can help today genuinely, because I want somebody to help me if I needed it. And that's exactly what you get out of that. So thanks for talking about that and sharing that as well. So anybody that's listening, if you just think you want to be in the business, go learn about it. And you can learn about it in that room, and you can get some great connections that are willing to teach you it. Like, say, it's crazy. So yeah. All right, let's wrap this up and let's talk about what you have going on today. What do you have coming up for Miss Joella?
Today, not much. I'm kind of just chilling. Because I'm going to be going away in a couple. I'm just going to Palm Springs. So I'm actually just kind of on some relaxation. But I'm just, other people are trying to come on the team as well. So I'm just trying to get everybody together, and because I run a tight ship. Like, so that's the other reason why, for me, for somebody to be my manager, like I need to trust that. Because I don't want to micromanage. Like, I want to be able to do what I'm doing so you can do what you're doing successfully and, to the best of your ability. And so for me, it's like, everybody got to be on the same page, everybody. So, I'm going to have someone who wants to join, and I'm going to, give her some access to some socials and things like that and onboard her. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Hit some barbecues. Yeah. I've been dying for a hot dog, but I'm trying to get ready to get back on the stage. I have a performance at the end of the month. So cool. I'm trying not to get crazy because during the quarantine, this is the first time I ever gained weight in my life. So trying to get this weight back off.
I got so big. I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking. Just eating.
I was just eating. Then I put my clothes on. Okay.
Yeah, how did this happen?
Here. Air. That's it.
And it's so hard to get in the mode of working out again.
It is, but so this is something that I'm working on too, actually, because I just want to help people. So that's what I'm kind of working on now as well, as like, because I know I'm not the person who can like do push-ups and sit-ups, and like I'm not that type of, but I do want to be healthy. I do want to be fit. And so what I've been doing, so I'm trying to, because I want to see how it works. So I'm going to be doing this for the next 60 days. I'm about 3 weeks into this now.
Okay.
But I do about 25 minutes of like dance cardio that targets specific areas every day. And then I power walk for about 3 miles every day. So I do about 1.5 miles when I walk my dog in the morning. And then it's only about 15 minutes to do 1.5 miles.
Because you're power walking, right?
Yeah. And power walking is actually really good for your belly fat. Yeah. So for something that's not as strenuous as like everything else, I'm like, hey, if I can't power walk, then what am I doing? So
heck yeah, you can do something. Power walk. Come on.
Yeah. So, and I have to walk my dog anyway, so I might as well. So yeah, I'm working on something so that I can like help other women who feel the same. Cause I just like when it comes to like having to get up and go to a gym and like, I'm not doing that. But if I could just dance it out and sweat it out for 25 minutes in the morning every day and be done. Yeah. That's really what it is. Like I think they want you to do about 20 to 30 minutes of like cardio every day is supposed to be like the standard. Because I'm not about to be hitting no gym for no hour. Like I'm not.
Joella, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm not going to the gym.
I'm there.
That's that. So
seriously.
But I want it off, right? So I'm gonna power walk like Joella's doing. Ladies, let's go power walk together and get it off.
Get it off.
But if in the future, Joella, if you have anything that's coming up that you want to get out there, let me know. I'm willing to put it in the magazine on my websites to help help where I can. I'm willing to do that for you. So let me know. And then other than that, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can find me on my socials. It's Joella's World, JOELLAS World, WORLD. And that's on all of my platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all that. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all the DSPs. So definitely go check out my music. My most recent single, Pick It Up, is out. Go check out the music video. People are loving it.
Yes.
Looks, I'm giving choreo, I'm giving vocals, I'm giving dragon. So definitely go check that out. But also what I want people to understand is, as an artist, I'm one of those artists who I want to help other artists. I don't know if Candace Boyd remembers this. I remember I reached out to her one time, and I was in a really low spot. And she was like, "Girl, just hit me up." And she don't know me. I never met her in real life. I guess I just hit her on Instagram or something. I was telling her, because her voice is crazy. I don't understand how she's not bigger either. But again, the industry is just so crazy. Like, her voice is amazing. I think she was on Diddy's show, I believe, and then before that though, I think she was on another, like, The Voice or something like that. But she was signed to Neo before that.
Right.
So that's how I know of her. But just the fact that she don't know me, was willing to be nice to me, you know, she could have ignored my DM. She didn't. And so for me, that always stuck with me. And so I want to be that type of artist. And so that's, again, the reason why I go into those rooms, because that's why you probably heard I stopped. I don't even like give my resume anymore. I just say, hey, I'm here to help, because that's really what I am there to do. So I do want other people to know, like, you can reach out to me. If you feel like I can help you and give you any advice, because you know me, Marva, I'm very much like, I'm not the type to be like, yeah, just keep working. No, I'm gonna give you real, like, okay, is your EPK done? No? All right, cool. So here are the things that we need to get done. Okay, do you know how to use Canva? No? All right, because I'm gonna help you get the tools so that you can be doing these things. So please feel free to reach out to me. You know, like I said, this is a really hard business, and if I can help anybody avoid any pitfalls, avoid spending money that I spent, I'm here to do that.
So that's awesome. And then we'll also have your contact information below once the interview is edited. So I don't know, Joella, but can you give us a line or something to take us out? Just a little bit.
Oh, there we go. I Can't Make You Love Me.
Okay.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed. Turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me. Tell me no lies. Just hold me close. Don't patronize. Don't patronize. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart. I feel power. You won't. No, you won't.
Thank you so much. All right. So independent or label? What do you say?
Label, but with certain deals. Like, not a record deal, but like a distro or a pub, like, because you don't really need a record deal. Like, I don't think what people understand right now is, like, a recording deal is what you can literally do right now. You can go to a studio, you can pay for your studio. That's literally what it is. So do that yourself and pay for it on your end, and then have them do the parts that you can't really afford, to do, because that's $200,000-$300,000 of, so that's how I look at it.
Good advice.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. A little bit of both. I like that. Joella, thank you so much for taking your time out. Have a happy 4th of July. Thank you for serenading us with your beautiful
You're
voice.
so beautiful inside and out. I love talking to you. I love your energy, and I really appreciate you having me on your platform.
Anytime, anytime. You guys, we're going to get out of here for now. Have a happy 4th of July. Be safe. Respect yourself. Respect others. We're out. Holla. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.